a pro-Russian demonstration in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso. The security situation in the country is tense. Islamist rebels now control almost 50% of the country. The demonstrators want more support from Russia. France, its longtime military partner and former colonial power, has failed, they say. That's also how Umar Gansore sees it. His t-shirts with Putin's prints are selling well.
You see, this is Putin, I tell you. All my store sells only Putin and revolutionary clothes. That's how it is. Why? I am very proud, and I say congratulations to Africans for Russia's arrival in Africa. Russia has come to save the Africans, not to plunder Africa.
Umar has high hopes for Putin. The Russians are supposed to drive out the Islamist extremists, and his view is pretty common in West African countries, despite human rights violations. Recent UN reports accuse the Russian private military group Wagner, created by Russian businessman Yevgeny Prigozhin, of torture, summary executions and sexual violence. They allegedly also carried out a series of bloody attacks on artisanal mines on the border between Sudan and the Central African Republic. But for many people, like in Timbuktu, Mali, the reports of human rights violations are of less concern, as long as the terrorists are forced back. For example, for Ibrahim Adiawia Koye, an activist who is fighting to rebuild Timbuktu after the insurgency.
Attacks are greatly diminished. The country has become stronger militarily. We have made acquisitions of territories, and these acquisitions are changing the course of the war.
In Togo, people are much more critical of Russia's involvement on the continent.
We won't find a solution if we seek to replace one protector with another. For me, Africa does not need guardianship. What we have to look for is partners, certainly, but partners who respect us. And we have to work on the protection of our own interests, because whoever it is, Russians, Chinese or French, the first thing they see is their interests and how to gain the most by being in Africa.
Russia, France or the USA. For many Africans, the question of the right partner is more of a cost-benefit calculation. But in Burkina Faso, the calculation is currently clear. The country needs weapons to defeat the insurgents, so they turn to Russia, whether or not there are strings attached.
My message to Putin? I want to ask him to continue helping the Africans, the African people in general. He provides us with weapons against the terrorists to get us out of the hole.
People like Umar are not thinking about Ukraine, but about their own backyard. And Russia is willing to step in.